Hi, everybody, this guy here. It is man, part 18 of What If Deku was Reaper Leviathan. And I'm gonna say, hey, you guys give me 300 subscribers. Yes, we these goals bad guys. And guys, I didn't imagine I get this far on my channel yet. But I'm gonna say thank you. And I do my work very hard. Like, parents, my very first what if Deku was Springtrap and Solo Leveling in pretty much Toby. Those are my three first series. But I'm gonna say thank you guys to hit that goal. Before I started recording, I saw that number today. Wow, we hit that big. So we start this one off. So one man touch your ear off so we get the story. How's it? Wow, that's as big as a goop. I know that. But takes a lot of time to do that. I know I do. But I'm gonna question. What are you gonna do to 100? Oh. This is from me? No! From Drill, Dad! Oh, what Drill? Oh, it's for good, though, Drill. You're worse than All Might. I'm worse than All Might. But like you forget. You forget so different too. Your mission. I was okay. Yeah, true. I was missing. Even two, you're a. Don't you dare say it. You're gonna say your dad. You are so dead, Siku. You are so dead. I said it. Mom says it then to you. But you're dead. Like, do you think about me, Mom, or any of poor heroes further? I got a daughter, 2 wives. You're that boy. You're married. You got 2 wives. You're always getting. It's jail and midnight. Yes, they are a hero. Okay. How you got that? How you got that woman over you? I cannot go. Midnight, oh people, why? See, God, you know, my, yeah, Reaper fight. See, God, only 5 from day code, yes. How is she coming find the code? Yep. So yeah, I'm dating 2 women. Wait a second. There's no words for sucking. It's not my category, but it is. Yeah, it is, but I got no words for how you did it. How you do? Don't you say it? Oh, no. How you make your room? Oh no, you know, see, it's 97 cents, Dad. Is not. It's not. Doing that now. Okay, good. And hides his mind. Said, okay, he's all you got. I was gonna say. Well, again, say it's rope or it's in us, but it's in my own judgment. So I know go put Zuko. He put his middle finger is fun and snap his fingers on Hodge's face. Dad, I'm here. What's going on? You zoned out on me. Oh, sorry about that. I'm very sorry. You say very so fast. Yes, it is. Why? Because I can. Sugar, pick him up. Okay, he's right. He can't do that. Okay, well, what do you want to do? Well, I'm going back. I'm going to my own time and move out. Oh yeah, Mom, burn yourself. You go dead. Right? You mean only stuff I have is, yep. Well, I need to buy more stuff. Oh, and see, sell all your joy. What? And pheasants. What? Maybe about 4 years. What? That's 4 months now. And I should just pass out and his head go backwards. His feet fall and back on your head. And so good as well. Almost. Well then, I didn't do something every day. 1 minute. Sorry guys, family. Okay, okay, my computer doing something stupid. So after that, I almost said this. Well then, man, let's go good visual words. No, because I know one person there, you, Endeavor. So good as think. Endeavor. Yes. The number 2 hero. Number 1 now. Oh wait, number 1. Sorry. But what? Well, you don't want to know. Oh, I want to know now. You don't want to know this. You don't want to know. Oh, I want to know. I want to know, or else. Or else what? Or else, Zuko just summon a shotgun. Oh, what's that? A shotgun. So what? You seen gun before? Yes. You see a shot? Yes. You put gear, you get shotgun. Why do you have a shotgun? What else? I have a shotgun. Do not shoot me? I'm a father. I'm over to the 1 minute, guys. I'm back, guys. And Zuko got me the shotgun. I don't know. You're saying, where does shotgun come from? You don't want to know. Where did it come from? I said, He thought, no, you don't want to know. Oh, Court Cousin bullets. And look at this shoot. Oh my goodness. Court Cousin bullets. Hurt like a truck. And for one, it's so, I'm gonna say, useful. Hurt like a truck. What happened? I got no clue. You are so dead. Alex, you knew this. Why you was unnoticed? This you really know this part. These are poison versions. What? This can I am poison your emotional fibers. You mean 4 hours? I say 4 times. 2 plus. You know, I saw you 4 times. Yeah. Didn't do. Okay. Oh my. Speak out. 4 plus 2 equals 6. Yeah. You got that part right. Okay, got it. And your most would be poison by 2. That means our arrow is doing okay 2 times 2 equal. I might got 12. Yep. A poison. Why? Why not? Don't only last 3 hours. Only 2 hours. It didn't last 12 hours. 2% was hours. You know this for 12 hours straight. Yep. You're more evil than the awful one. Oh, I'm not awful one. I'm worse. A son overturned by his son overturned by his mother. Okay, that's more worse as a guy. Oh God, you see. Other words, other words, I f up. Well, yes, you see, you like fashion for your eye. You like a fashion on your eyes. No, I just messed up big time. Oh yeah, you did. You done goof. Yeah. Oh, that's it. I'm done goofing. Done goofing time here. So, Single crack his knuckles. And the left hook, right hook, uppercut, knee strike, Muay Thai back kick, Muay Thai jump cross, and Muay Thai fake kick straight into the province. My crazy. His legs give out easy. His knees on the ground and his hands on his province. and bound down and back. I don't front forward. I don't know. Who saw this? Plus Mike. He said, "Oh God, I feel bad for the guy. Oh God." And Plus Mike so way back away from the circle. So way. Very, very, very slowly. He realized, note to self, don't miss, don't talk. Note to self. So can go back to his sea base, and Bob was there, and even Jill there. Jill said, "What happened?" You don't know. And Bob saw that on the security cameras. He and that was these ones, and Bob showed you what happened. Oh my oh, there was a oh God. Of a mother. No, all of a son of a mother. Well, no, in this case, makes sense. Yeah, you do. And all mine's a bad teaser. Yeah, and he got 1 for 0. Okay, what's 1 for again? You need to explain this last week. You got explained by something by sucking himself. So, oh my God, I didn't know you're stupid. How I'd be stupid. Stupid. Oh, one thing you didn't know about nothing about 1 for 0. Yeah, you heard that part. And for 2, you need me to explain. Me, I need to bring you to 1 for it. 1 for all, not all for one. I need to pretty much explain it to you. So, 1 minute, guys. Right here, inside to YEAGERISTIS. Sorry. YEAGERISTS. Yep. So to him, and one thing pretty much 9-10 gonna be 2 different people you see is Ziggy Dora and Bagukaski. Those are pretty much 2 people are the 9 user be Mario and the 10 user be Mario's boy named Bagukaski and Mario's last name. So that was me in here. Start the video.
These are all 10 users of the One for All quirk, the legendary power passed on throughout the generation in order to stop the ultimate villain known as All for One. And the very first user was none other than the villain's younger brother, Yoichi Shigaraki. Yoichi was presumed to be quirkless and could only watch as his brother, All for One, committed atrocities around the world. When his brother forcibly implanted a power stockpiling quirk within him, it was discovered that he really did have a quirk, one with no other power than it could be transferred to others. These 2 quirks then merged with Yoichi, and ultimately, One for All was created. Due to his sickly state, he was unable to make good use of his newfound power. Instead, he decided to pass it on to other people in hopes that his new quirk would get stronger over time, and that eventually, someone strong enough would inherit it and stop his older brother once and for all. Yoichi had a strong sense of justice and was willing to stand against his brother, despite his weak body and his brother amassing a large collection of powerful quirks and loyal followers. Several decades later, when All for One and Tomura tried to steal One for All from Deku, Yoichi resisted them in the Vestige world. Even Tomura was stunned by Yoichi's willpower. As quirk types tend to run in families, it's likely that Yoichi's transference quirk always had the ability to absorb the quirks it came into contact with, much like how his brother's quirk could also take in multiple quirks. This is most likely what allowed his quirk to absorb and combine with the power stockpiling quirk and create One for All. Although Yoichi couldn't do anything against his brother, the second user was actually the leader of the resistance movement that tried to stop All for One. Before we continue, I'd like to ask you guys to subscribe to the channel. I literally paid an artist to make this drawing of Deku holding the subscribe button, so it would really mean a lot if you could subscribe. Thanks! Anyway, the second user has a large scar across the front of his face, which he received during his final battle against All for One, and wears a combat jacket with a large black collar. He's also equipped with a pair of gauntlets on his arms, which he uses to attack using projectiles powered up by his meta ability, Gear Shift. Aside from leading a resistance movement against All for One, he also did everything he could to fight back, including taking the lives of anyone who stood in his way. For example, he initially had plans to kill Yuichi due to his ties to All for One, but after learning that Yuichi actually opposed his brother's actions, he changed his mind and chose to save him instead. This action, inadvertently, is what allowed One for All to grow and be passed on. At first, he refused to accept Deku as a successor to the quirk, due to his optimistic and childish desires, but was eventually convinced by Yuichi and by seeing some of Deku's recent achievements. After Deku tried to use his meta ability for the first time, he reminded the young hero that using this ability should be a last resort, since the power can be devastating if not used carefully. He then provided Deku support when he activated Gear Shift and warned him he'll only be able to use it for 5 minutes. His proficiency with One for All is unknown. However, he probably wasn't a big threat to All for One, considering that the villain compared his Gear Shift ability to Kishi. The third One for All user was also a part of the same resistance movement fighting against All for One. He was also there alongside the second Gear user during the assassination attempt on Yuichi. He was a man with hair tied in a spiky ponytail with a black bandana covering his forehead and wore a combat jacket with a pair of small escape tubes coming out of his shoulders. Just like the second user, he also refused to accept Deku as a successor to the quirk before coming around to it thanks to Yuichi. His proficiency with One for All is unknown, but he most likely used it in conjunction with his given quirk, Fajin. This quirk allowed him to build up kinetic energy by repeating regular motions and store it for later use. When the user chooses to release the energy, they gain an explosive burst of speed and power. Fajin is actually named after the Chinese martial art technique with the same name. Number 4. Hikage Shinomori. Unlike the other users, Hikage chose not to confront All for One, aware of the enormous power gap between them, and instead spent his time in seclusion, training himself and strengthening One for All for his successor. During the final years of his life, his body started to break down, causing scars. Hikage's original quirk is called Danger Sense, and it allowed him to sense incoming threats in the surrounding area, giving him ample opportunity to react to them. According to Deku, once a threat is detected, a stabbing sensation is sent to the user's head. In All Might's notes about the previous One for All users, he scribbled out Hikage's cause of death. It was revealed that All Might scribbled out the cause of death due to suspicions he had about One for All's side effects, and thanks to this, the users learned the truth about the power. Anyone who wields One for All and already possesses a quirk will have their lifespan shortened due to the burden of powers on the body. Therefore, only ones who are quirkless can wield One for All and use its full potential. Hikage was one of the users who wielded this power for the longest, the full 18 years. Shortly before dying, Hikage passed One for All on to the next user. Number 5. Daigoro Banjo. Daigoro was formerly known as the pro hero, Lariat, describing as being super funky. His proficiency with One for All is unknown, though he likely used it in conjunction with his given quirk, Blackwood, which allowed him to create tendrils of black energy from his arms. Daigoro was a large muscular man of white build, usually wearing dark leather clothes, golden stylish goggles, and a bandolier. Although very little is known about this user, at some point, All for One attempted to steal One for All from him twice but failed. This implies that he had incredible willpower. At some point, Daigoro transferred One for All to the next user after he was injured and trapped under a pile of rubble. He was killed by All for One shortly after transferring it. There were 5 more incredibly interesting characters to cover, and the next one is N. N was a former pro hero and the 6th user of the One for All quirk. Little is known about N's proficiency with this quirk, other than he was not capable of bringing down All for One. Same with Daigoro, All for One also attempted to steal the quirk from N, but failed. Besides One for All, N also had his own quirk called Smokescreen, which is actually a reference to his name, since N in Japanese means smoke. This quirk allowed him to create clouds of smoke, which could obscure vision. At some point as the 6th user, he met Nana Shimura, and after being fatally wounded in a battle with All for One, N gave Nana some of his hair so she could become the next One for All user. Number 7. Nana Shimura. Nana was the 7th user of the One for All quirk, the former mentor of All Might and the grandmother of Tenko Shimura. She was a very compassionate and noble individual, regarded as a truly great and exceptional hero. It's not really known how strong she was, but same as previous users, she wasn't strong enough to bring down All for One. Nana gave One for All to Toshinori sometime prior to her battle with All for One, which resulted in her death. Nana also had another quirk called Float, which granted her the ability to suspend herself in midair. The interesting fact about her is that the word Nana means 7 in Japanese, which is a reference to her being the 7th One for All user. Only 3 more characters are left, and these are some of the most powerful One for All users in the entire series. Number 8. Toshinori Yagi. Toshinori has wielded One For All longer than any other user, for a total of 40 years, while almost all other users were either killed by All For One or died of old age. The reason Toshinori was able to hold this quirk for so long is because he was born quirkless, meaning he could bear the burden of One For All much easier than people who already had their quirk. Toshinori would go on to become the hero All Might, and throughout his career he was regarded as the most powerful hero of all time and remained undefeated. With the goal of being a pillar of society and the symbol of peace, he put One For All to great use, defeating all sorts of criminals, rescuing countless people from danger, and turning himself into a legend. Most notably, he was the first holder to battle All For One in Wing, though he suffered severe and untreatable damage that significantly weakened him. Due to these injuries, All Might's respiratory system and stomach were left in very poor shape, and from then on he could only utilize his quirk for 3 hours a day. Any more, and it would place too much strain on his body. It was for this reason he opted to become a teacher at UA High School, so that he could find a successor to pass One For All on to. This was a perfect plan, as he would also have an explanation to the public as to why he wasn't doing hero work as often. During his second battle with All For One, All Might depleted a majority of his remaining power from his body in order to defeat the villain, essentially leaving him quirkless once again. Although he can still transform for an instant, he cannot maintain his muscular form anymore, as it causes great strain on his body, reverting back very quickly.
This is why I stopped shopping on Amazon, and you should too.
Omega, I'm back.
Having retired completely from heroic activity as a result, All Might now dedicates himself solely to assisting Deku in mastering the power of One For All so he may become a great hero of his own. Number 9. Izuku Midoriya. All Might initially didn't plan on passing his quirk to Deku, but after seeing his bravery and determination, he agreed to train him and chose him as his successor. Initially, Deku had very little control over the quirk, and he could only use One For All at 100% power and only in short bursts, grievously injuring his body each time. While this allowed him to unleash incredible displays of strength, it came at potentially lifelong physical costs, resulting in him currently having a visibly scarred right hand and arm. This is because the training Deku did prior to receiving the quirk was only the bare minimum needed for using One For All without his limbs being blown off completely. Later, Deku found a way to minimize the damage to himself by focusing One For All's power on just his fingers. While he still ended up breaking his fingers, he was able to strike powerful blows and generate strong air currents. Deku eventually realized that he was using One For All solely in the limbs, and to correct this, he developed One For All Full Cal. This ability takes advantage of the 5% that Deku can safely work with to increase his overall strength and agility by letting this small amount permeate his entire body. Using Full Cal, Deku can easily scale the side of buildings, jump large clearings between structures, and quickly navigate through cluttered areas. Deku could react to the speed of Gran Torino and even hold his own against Sting in his first real fight. Even so, if Deku does not remain aware and in control while using his quirk, he might go over his 5% limit and injure himself. During the 5th round of the joint training session between classes 1A and 1B, dark energy tendrils began to fire from Deku's arm that heavily damaged his surroundings and pulled him along against his will. Uraraka and Hitoshi were able to stop the rampage by brainwashing Deku and sending him into his subconscious. There he met Daigoro, the 5th user of One For All. Daigoro explains that the quirk factors of the previous holders had merged with the core of One For All and increased in strength proportionally. He also tells Deku that there's 5 other quirks that he'll manifest in the future, and that the one he's currently manifested is his own quirk when he was alive, Blackwood. He later managed to awaken all of those quirks in his future battles, that being Float, Danger Sense, Smokescreen, Vajin, and Gearshift. 2 months later, by the time of the Paranormal Liberation War, Deku's proficiency with One For All has increased to allow him to momentarily use 45% without breaking his body. After unlocking Gearshift and combining it with Vajin, through the ultimate move, Overdrive, Deku is capable of taking that 100% of power and turning it into what is described as 120%. Although Deku is the current One For All user, there's one more character who briefly had the power of this quirk, and it's none other than Bakugo. In a desperate attempt to stop dying, Deku decided to transfer the quirk to Bakugo by swapping blood through the open wounds on their hands, allowing both of them to utilize the immense power granted by One For All. Despite the period of transfer and possession being extremely brief, Bakugo demonstrated great proficiency with the quirk. He could instantly use One For All Full Cal 100% without any prior instruction, and his body could handle the sheer power of the quirk without being blown apart. When Bakugo used One For All to enhance his given quirk, Explosion, it became so powerful that even Standard Blast could create enormous craters. In addition, the temperature of the explosions was also greatly increased, to the point where it could melt through solid rock in a similar manner to lava. At the end of his and Deku's fight against Nine, Bakugo lost One For All, and the quirk remained in Deku's body. All Might initially suspected that the quirk stayed with Deku because Bakugo lost consciousness prior to the transfer's completion, but later theorized that One For All kept itself inside of Deku due to his willingness to protect others, even if it meant losing the power. This may mean that the transfer only lets Bakugo borrow some of the one-for-all power without actually possessing the quirk.
Our internet bill went up?
Looks like you need Verizon Home Internet.
And that's everything Gatsky explained to Jill. And just, wow. Yeah. I didn't know I got it. Yep. And then I just, yeah, I can bet. Not sick of mail. Yep. And his brother for a little bit. Yeah. Easy now, Johnny. Yeah. He did. He made it. So, he was very good. Must have been better. I was sick of hearing this. You know what we need, you know. Sorry. Sick of parents in this point gave it a well bear did. And so, how do you know? All my Tommy. Why you not crash way? And don't want to know. That's dumb dirt X crisis. Yeah, no, but still dumb. Why'd that be dumb? Information. So the I expect why. Information is power. What information they become weak. So it misses power. Kibble Mars. That can be true. But only a small scale. A small. You got a better idea. Ah, Joe. Mm-hmm. Really that part. Yeah. So we need to work together. Mm-hmm. I'm here to record, right? Yep. I see this one. That's this one. You see animation. Alien can make it into two animation or see what's it? Opposite. Part. Look at this part. Or why about it? You mean? Mm-hmm. Oh, why did I get about that? Until all my business. You know, all my was shocked. Why didn't tell cuz I don't ask cuz but doesn't know me do it. Not surprised. It's my fault. Hey, it's not your fault. All might. So it just happened, okay? You know that part. Everybody go back to their everything their work, they go home. This is end of part 18 of that was already been revived it. Like, share, and comment. So bye.